start with you when you're ready.
Callum, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
You've been missing, obviously, the last few weeks. You're back in the nick of time for this one. Can you just give us an idea as to how difficult it's been for you, especially watching the team when there's been so few options for the manager, and how pleased you are about being back ahead of this game?
Yeah, it's been frustrating, as it is whenever you get an injury, really. For myself watching on, we had some great results during that time, so it was nice to see. Also some defeats as well, so you have to play your part off the field as much as you can and try and get the boys up for it. Keep good energy around the place, be positive, whilst also focusing and working on your own rehab. And delighted to be back. You work hard, especially to come back for big games like we've got coming up. And Tottenham was one of those on the weekend, and we've got a big one in Milan.
I think I know the answer to this, but are you ready to start tomorrow?
Of course, born ready. I think you work so hard during your rehab that you can get back and tolerate any load and demand that's put on you. And I feel I'm in a very good place right now.
The manager was just speaking a moment ago, and he's urged the supporters to make it a magical night at St James's Park. Does it have the feeling of that? Will the supporters play a big part for you guys tomorrow night, do you think? Yeah,
they always do. I think the Paris game, I sat up in the stand watching it, unfortunately, but the atmosphere I got to take in and absorb, and we scored the first goal, and I think that's what helped elevate our performance again and get more. And it definitely played a part in that night, and I'm sure with a big game in Milan, they'll play their part again as well.
Go to Lee and then Damien, please.
Hi, Callum. Is this probably the biggest game of your career? Because I know you've obviously came right through the divisions. Is this probably the top of the list? Milan at home?
Yeah, I guess it's up there, in terms of club football, definitely. Playing Champions League is what you always dream about as a kid, and then having the opportunity, if things go the way that we want them to go on the night, to qualify, would definitely be up there as one of the best in my career.
And we always talk to you about getting further up the goal scorer chart. Have you got a new target in your head now, because you've obviously gone past some big names since the last time I spoke to you?
Yeah, I mean, for me as a striker, every time you step on the field, you want to score a goal. And then whilst I'm at the club, there's the second place to try and achieve. Big Al's out in front, isn't he? So unless I'm here for another 5-10 years, then I doubt I'll catch him. But, it's nice to try and write your name in the history books of such a fantastic football club.
Need to get a ball up there around the corner.
Yeah, I've seen, yeah. I need my face up there as well.
Callum, the fact that you've missed games in this campaign, does that make you even hungrier to have an impact now that you're available?
Yeah, 100%. The kind of person I am, I'm always hungry anyway, and try and strive to be the best I can be. But when there's games, of this ilk that come around, they don't come around often, really. And to be able to try and help the team get to where they need to get to, and you do everything you can to try and help them.
And as a team tomorrow night, is it a case of having no regrets once the final whistle sounds, whatever happens?
Yeah, just leave everything on the football field. That's all we can do. All we can do is beat the team that's in front of us. So that's what we'll be trying to do, and hopefully, things go right elsewhere.
Okay, we'll go Martin and then Craig, please.
Hi, Callum. Your journey might be the furthest, getting from the likes of Kettering and Tamworth to here. Did you always see the Champions League at the end of your rainbow, if you like?
Yeah, it was the one thing that personally I thought might have passed me by. I joined Newcastle and knew that they had the potential to be a huge football club. But I always classed it as a sleeping giant, really. We was in relegation battles and things like that. And once the takeover happened, we've added quality to the squad, and we've got ourselves into this kind of position. And I've been able to achieve that dream, along with a lot of other players that might not have had that same opportunity as well.
So can you describe what it's like when you come out and the music's playing, and how far it is from the likes of, no disrespect, Coventry and Tamworth?
Yeah, Dortmund away was my first start, and a lot of the lads had actually started other games previously. So for me, walking across the pitch and then standing there hearing the music playing, it was a special moment inside. You look up and you could have looked back times throughout my career where you've had double ACL injuries and might have thought that this might never happen. So you try and grasp the opportunity with both hands, and unfortunately things didn't go our way on that night, but we've got another opportunity.
And how hard will you fight to stay in this competition?
Yeah, like I say, we'll leave blood, sweat and tears out there. It's what we do every time we step over the white line, and for us as a football club, it's about having no regrets, and we have an opportunity, like I say, in front of us that all we can do is focus on Milan.
Callum, the fact you sat there now in front of us, is that a clue? Are you starting tomorrow night?
Your guess is as good as mine, buddy. I don't know. I got asked to do it yesterday. And yeah, we've not been for any teep shape and stuff like that, so I wouldn't be able to tell you that.
Are you hoping to good omen though?
Aye, well, I've worked hard to get fit. Like I said earlier, you feel like you're in a good place. And if called upon, I'm 100% ready.
The manager's just said to us there it's unclear whether Martin Dubravka will be fit tomorrow, which just seems like the latest twist in the club's injury saga. You've probably seen more of Loris Karius than us. Mm-hmm. Is he ready? If he's got to come in, he's probably got more Champions League performances and pedigree than most, I suppose.
Exactly. So, you said it for yourself there. All our goalkeepers, really, even Mark Gillespie, people that you don't get to see as much of. They're all top keepers. They all give you a run for the money in training when you're doing your finishing practice and stuff like that. So whoever is in between the sticks, I'm sure that they'll be more than capable.
We've got Scott and then Kieran.
Callum, Eddie was saying before that if there has been a frustration about the Champions League kind of journey, it's that there's been so many changes and there's been so many obviously injuries and everything that the team hasn't really been able to grow in the tournament because it's been a different side every game and there's not really been that progression. Is there any sense that it will be great to keep this journey going in the second half of the season, just so hopefully by then you might actually be able to get a settled team and be able to actually attack the tournament kind of game by game in the latter stages and grow into it in the way that you maybe haven't been able to in the group stage?
Yeah, there has been a lot of rotation, and beginning of the season we had great depth within the squad. Throughout the season, things happen, injuries happen. We've not really got that as much at the moment, but of course we'd like to carry our campaign on as long as possible. It's a fantastic journey that we're on, and it's in our hands to try and get a result tomorrow night.
Hi Callum, given all the challenges you overcome as a kid, as a player, what would it mean for you to score your first Champions League goal and fire Newcastle into the last 16?
Yeah, it would be an amazing moment in my career. I think, I personally believe it hasn't come yet because it's waiting for a special moment to happen, and what a story it would be if it's the winning goal tomorrow night.
Do you feel like you can inspire people to never give up?
Yeah, of course, I hope so. As a professional, you try and become a role model, especially having young children. My son looks up to me as well, so I think as a player, you try and give everything you can, and hope that people watching on see the journey that I've been on, and throughout that, there's so many twists and turns that's happened. So yeah, and the moral is never give up, really.
Go to Oscar down the front, please.
Callum, your interview after the Tottenham game caused a bit of a stir with your comments about Pickford and the Tottenham goalkeeper. Do you stick by them, and I assume you won't be mocking AC Milan players if you seal qualification tomorrow night?
No, I got asked a few questions. I didn't intend to offend anybody or mock anybody. I just spoke about the situation, handbags and frustration as you do on the pitch, and like I said straight afterwards, we're grown men and it's forgotten about.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Cheers.